Hey guys, it's Oliver Adams, top artist for Clairol Professional. And we're going to talk about the Pintura highlight, but we're going to put a twist on it and show you how you can do the same technique and just giving her a new twist with our Pintura technique. We created a beautiful ribbons of color and shine throughout her natural curly texture by using our Pintura highlights. And again, for me, the reason I love using Pintura highlights is because literally I don't have to use any foils. It's something that I can create custom color on each section of the hair, and it allows me to really be creative. We're able to create beautiful fashion colors like this, but we're also able to create everyday salon-friendly hair as well as corrective color by using the exact same technique. All right, guys, so fast forward. How many of us have clients that come in, they have, outgrown highlights, maybe off tone, maybe a little brassy, right? I mean, in this day and age, is there any more virgin hair left? I doubt that there is. Everybody's been at home playing with their hair. So most of the time, this is the client that we're going to get that's going to already have some type of color going on. This technique is perfect for that. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to go and show you how you can use the Pintura technique to actually infuse this hair with more color, more dimension, and more shine. So you guys stay tuned and we'll get to it. All right, guys. So when I'm doing my Pintura technique, I like to start on one side of the head and work my way around to the other side. Remember, when we're using a lightener, wherever you put that lightener first is usually where it's going to be the lightest because that's where it's going to be on the longest. So usually I'm trying to get highlights really to pop around the fringe. So I like to start in the fringe. All right. Today, what I'm going to be using is Colors Clear. I love Colors. This is one of my favorite lighteners to use, especially when I'm doing this technique and when I'm working with textured hair. The reasons why I love Colors Clear is because it gives me that one extra level of lift that I need to create that extra dimension in this look. Now, this would be considered corrective color because she's already has previous color that's kind of grown out. And it's also a little bit, if you can notice, it's a little bit off tone. It's a little brassy. And she wants to go for an ash blonde look. So I'm going to go in with my Colors Clear just so I can get that extra level of lift. But we also have Colors Blue as well as Violet. And why these are amazing, because what they do is as they're lifting, they are also toning out unwanted brass. So when you're dealing with curly texture, which is usually through level 2 to 4, you're going to find a lot of warmth as you're lightening. So using a product like Colors is going to be excellent because you're going to get 2 for 1. You're going to get the ability to lift as well as the ability to tone. So that's why we're going to go in with our Colors. So with the Pintura technique, the whole idea is to go with the actual natural flow of the curls in the hair and highlight that. So you're accentuating each curl with a little bit of lightness. So when we're taking our sectioning, the first thing we want to remember is we want it to flow naturally. We want to look for natural parting. We want to look for the curls that stand out the most. And those are the pieces that we're going to pull out to apply our lightener with. So I'm going to start on her left side first. Again, for me, I like to take about 1/2 inch to 1 inch sections, depending on the depth of her hair. Now, if she had a lot more curl or a lot more depth, I could take maybe 1 inch to 1.5 inches. But because her hair is, I would say, moderate texture, we're going to take a 1/2 inch section. We leave out for the hairline, and then I go in and I start to create my dimension here. How I go in and decide which curl gets lifted. You want to release a little tension there and look to see which curl actually pops out. I call this curl personality. Each section has its own personality. So I go in there and I'll just grab which curls seem to stand out the most. You could pick a piece that's already been highlighted, or you don't have to. And you separate. And then you'll see your 3 curl highlights right there. Now, depending on if you want a more natural look or a more chunky look, that's why you would decide how much of this to highlight. Now, if you're wanting a more natural flow, which meaning not as chunky, what you would do is grab those 3 curls and then take the middle one out. Then you're going to create your highlight right here. This is going to spread your color out. If you like a little more chunky, a little bit more bold placement, you can highlight all 3, and that's going to act as if it's almost like a back-to-back highlight. Now, as I grab my section, the important thing to remember is you have to have the right consistency of the product. Notice, my Colors, it's not dripping, it's not running, it's staying where it needs to be on the brush. If it's not staying like that on the brush, it's not going to stay like that on your curl. So make sure if this is dripping or this is runny that you go and mix your lightener to the proper consistency, okay? Very, very important. This is what's going to keep this lightener from seeping through and getting spotty underneath, all right? So we're going to go with that. Now for me, what I like to do is just bring that together in a V, and then I'll start to apply the color. Now, if you guys are familiar with doing balayage on straighter textures of hair, you know you always try to create that V. It's going to give you that natural look. So you're going to do the same thing with these curls by creating that V. You want to saturate more at the mid shaft toward the ends, and then you want to kind of taper that up there. That's going to give you a natural fall of the color. Then you just want to kind of separate it and let it fall. Then you can kind of visually see your highlights starting to come into place. For me, I kind of drop the neck section and I go around the fringe, okay? We're gonna twist her a little bit this way. And again, you notice I only have one clip. We're gonna let these sections fall naturally how they're supposed to so that we can really pick up the right curls. So as I go to my next section, you guys, remember, don't run away from previous color, the old color. We want to grab some of that in our new dimension. So it's okay. So again, I take my section, I grab it, I pull, then I release that tension to see which curl pops out, and I go in. Now, another thing, when you're grabbing these curls, you know, all curls are different sizes. So don't grab all the same size. You know, you want some a little chunky, some smaller. That's going to give you a more natural look. Again, it's completely organic, but sometimes you have to step back and kind of look at it. And I just kind of pull the curls back and just visualize where they fall. I love that. That's going to be awesome, that one too. So again, I pick that up, pull that down. Another pro tip, you want to make sure that you have enough dark when you're creating your highlights so that it makes your highlights pop even more. So have you ever seen it where it's just too highlighted and it's no longer a balayage, it's just highlights, right? So we want to make sure that we have enough dimension, and that's why Pintura is one of those type of techniques that you can use it for fashion colors as well as corrective color because of how you're using it and how you're placing that color in the style. All right. So again, I'm going to grab that. I bring it together. You can see the highlight there. So now that I find my curls, I go in with my product. Now, guys, the key is making sure that you have complete product control. All right. That has to do with how you mix the collided colors as well as how you put it on your brush. You want to make sure that you keep it on the bristles only and don't have it all up the handle. That's unprofessional and it's not the well away. All right, guys. Sometimes you can take these curls apart and just kind of hand paint them and let them fall. And again, you want to go more towards the root in the front, creating that money piece. All right, and then you can kind of see how it falls. I see that. And we go to our next section. Again, we just rotate this around. Again, I'm just letting it fall the way it falls on her face. So when I take this section, again, taking no more than a half an inch to an inch, and just let those curls fall. Then we can see exactly where those highlights want to go. All right. I love working with textured hair because textured hair has so much personality, you know, and you can bring so much out of this textured hair by just really taking the time to accentuate the beauty of each and every curl. So that's why we love to create techniques and redefine techniques like Pintura because, you know, in this day and age, a lot of women, especially women of color, they embrace their texture. It's not all about, you know, straight looks or fake protective styles or things like that. They really are embracing their natural curls. So for us to be able to go in and accentuate that, it makes them feel amazing, and it just brings a pop of color to the world. And I love doing my part in bringing that to the equation, I guess. You know, it's fun. I'm still a little kid, man. I like to play in this. Like this Pintura is like, you know, just stress-free, and it's really about the art of creating. You know what I'm saying? I'm using these colors and tools to really, you know, master our trade. So that's what it is for me, honestly. So this technique is all about giving you a natural look So it's all about, low maintenance and very low regrowth. So this is for that client that doesn't want to, spend every 2 to 3 weeks in the salon. They just want to, seasonal change, or, sometimes they come in, they just want a pop of color to make their current style even more popping. Corrective color doesn't always mean it's a disaster. Like I had to tell my clients that corrective color also means, color changes, or, maybe, you've got 2 to 3 inches of regrowth. You might have loved the color and that's great, but corrective color means it's time to go in there with new products and just switch it all up and make it new. So that's what we're doing with a technique like Pintura, and it doesn't matter the texture. That's the beauty of this technique as well. Now, again, if you don't have curly textured hair, this is probably not the technique for you. So you're not going to be able to recreate this on straighter hair, but anytime you have a type of hair texture that has that natural soft curl, or even a loose wave, or even a tight one, you can create dimension and ribbons of color and shine by using this type of technique. All right, cool. So as we go in with our next section, again, framing her face, I like to leave a little bit of a veil for her. That's going to make my highlights that fall right here pop out even more. Again, I pull, then I just see which is the ones that pop out the most. And I can see them right there. And I pop them out. Okay. Again, you can play in this hair, separate it, make it fall how it's supposed to, visualize where your highlights are. You see how chunky those highlights are. I love that. Then I kind of, how they naturally would fall. You can see those highlights just popping right there. So those are perfect. I grab those. How many of you out there have used collided colors? Give me a thumbs up in the chat box if you've used any of our collided colors, blue, clear, or violet. And if you really go back, we used to have gold and red. Now, put 2 thumbs up if you know about those. Matter of fact, put an old man emoji or an old lady emoji, because you old school. You old school like me. All right. So again, as we start to go around the shape of her head, we kind of just take a look back and see how our highlights are kind of falling. And I'm liking the way that's kind of intermixing. It's looking beautiful, not too chunky, but just enough. So we just keep on rotating. All right, guys. So you guys can see how we're just coming around the shape of her head. We're going on into the next section. All right. Now, after we use our lightener, our collided colors to get, we're just trying to go crazy blonde, but we just kind of want a little bit lighter. We're going to go in with some toners. You guys like Clairol Professional toners? Can you drop your favorite one in the comment box? Let me know what you guys are out there using, or what you guys think I should use for this. One of the things we're really into right now is the money piece. So this is where, if I'm going to take any of these high, we're going to take this front all the way up. This is where the money resides. That's what they say these days, where the money resides. So we're going to go in here a little bit higher than we normally would. But again, we're going to leave some dark that's going to fall on top of that anyway. So it's okay. Another great thing about this technique is it's completely organic. And guys, I promise you, the more you practice, the better and the quicker you will get. So it doesn't really matter if you're a beauty school student or you've been a veteran in the industry like myself for 20 plus years. Like, this is a technique that is so versatile that you will be able to create no matter what level you're on. It's all about understanding the technique and using the right products. Right? All right, so as you can see, I'm going in here. I'm separating these curls. You guys see them? You can see my highlights, right? Drop that middle because we're going for a nice little natural look. Drop him out of there and bring those two together. And we go in, again, making sure we have complete control of our product, guys. We just go in there and paint. Now, we're not going to go all the way to the top because, again, this is all about a natural look. We want it to look, flow, and we don't want to be able to see where it starts and stops, okay? So that's why we don't go all the way to the top. Now, some of these sections, I can go a little bit higher. That's going to give us the natural highs and lows that curls possess. But generally, you don't want to go all the way to the top because what you're doing is creating a whole line of demarcation. And that's not what we want to do with this. We want this to be, you know, again, free flowing and organic. And if she never wants to get this again, we want it to grow out and it still be okay. All right. So again, you see, I take that 1/2 inch section and again, we're just letting it fall how it does. We bring it back. Now, normally, if this was a client, I would probably put something so it wouldn't fall on her face. But she's pretty cool with this, so we'll just let her be. Okay. So as you guys can see, I've worked my way from the bottom to the top. And I like the way it's really just sporadically going throughout. Adding a three-dimensional element to this look is going to be amazing when we tone it. All right. So again, I go to this second. You guys notice I haven't did anything in the back yet. We'll work our way to the back, but we wanted to make sure that all the lightest pieces were in the front. Okay. Now this is the important part too, because for me, I like to have a little veil so you have that darkness so that the highlights kind of peekaboo out. So when you get to the crown area, it's very important that you don't take it more than mid shaft. All right. If you're trying to create that dark, low regrowth look. Okay. I go in here. See how beautiful that curl is. For the top, I like one just dominant curl. Like, look how, you guys see that? Like, that's a beautiful highlight right there. Oh, are y'all getting excited? I get excited about this kind of stuff. I'm sorry. Throw a heart if y'all love this, because this got me heating up over here, all right? And guys, I don't know what you guys do for inspiration, but for me, I love to go to wellaed.com or go to our Wella Education Instagram, or even Wella Color Charm or Clairol Pro, all of these amazing sites that just provide so much inspiration and education for you to take your love and your craft to the next level, guys. So please, if you're out there in the classroom, make sure that you visit us at wellaed.com, as well as follow us, Clairol Pro, Clairol_Pro, Wella Education. And of course, you can follow me personally at Color King, color with a K. It's so important for you guys to continue educating yourself on products, on techniques, on just all these things, because you will get left behind. Trust me. I've been doing hair for 20 years, and I don't just be on TikTok, guys. I be on YouTube trying to make sure that I understand what's going on. I'm on wellaeducation.com. I'm on, every site possible. And if you guys didn't know, we also have an app too. So, it's so important for you to continue to educate yourself so that you know how to provide the best services for your clients, what's the best and newest products that are out. I got some awesome new products to share with you guys when it comes to shimmer lights. So we're going to talk about that when we take her to the next level of where we shampoo this lightener out using our amazing new products by Shimmer Lights. Shimmer Lights. It's amazing. All right. And I know you guys are thinking Shimmer Lights. Yes, the purple. Yes, that your grandma used. Yes, that very Shimmer Lights. We got some new for you. So just please stay tuned. We got you. All right. So as I'm working my way up, again, you see, I'm just leveling it, kind of bricklaying it. It doesn't have to be perfect, guys. Again, you're looking for those curls that want to be seen. There's always some that want to be seen. Some want to just chill out and be in the back. So we don't call them out. But these curls are ready to shine. All right. So I'm going to take a few more of these curls, and then we're going to process this for 30 more minutes. And then we'll get on to the next part, which is the fun part of toning and creating the final look. And you guys remember, when you're using this product, you want to saturate more towards the mid shaft to the end, and then kind of dissipate as you go to the top. All right? And you kind of let it fall. I know some of you guys are like, oh my God, I can't do this without clips. Yes, you can. I promise you can do it. It's okay. Let your artistry flow. You bring the texture, we got the color. All right? Yeah. All right, so I'm just going to work this all the way around to the back. And again, I'm doing the eye test. Where it needs more highlights, I'm adding more highlights. I don't typically do too much back here because I like that two-tone where it's really party in the front, business in the back. But for the sake of this, we'll add a few back there, okay? But I'm still working my way towards the front and making sure that those curls that pop out really get some shine, okay? Okay, guys, so now we have put our last Pintura highlights throughout her hair. We're going to let this process for 20 minutes. Then we're going to shampoo this out using our shimmer lights. We're going to come back with our tone and give you guys a look at the final application of the toner so that we can achieve our final look. Just wanted you guys to see this. See, it's a little piecey. Don't worry, it's supposed to look like that, I promise. Roll with it. So now that we have her all conditioned and toned with our shimmer lights, we're going to go in quickly with our beautiful collection and add just a final layer of beautiful shine and color. Now today I'm using my beautiful collection lightest ash brown because we want to take a little bit more warmth but keep that cool tones throughout the head. As you'll see, I'm coming in and I'm really just concentrating this color from a little bit higher than the mid shafts to the end. Okay, I go in there. Beautiful collection is so easy to use because it comes straight out of the bottle and it already has a nozzle, so you can put that color exactly where it's supposed to go. Now I promise you guys, if you go in here and squeeze too hard, all of this color is going to be everywhere. So the key is just product control when it's coming out of this bottle, but you do want to make sure that you saturate. All right, and I like to use my hands just to get it in there and just kind of finesse it through the curls and drop the next section. You guys will notice I work from the bottom to the top. It's a much easier for me that way, going with the natural flow of the hair as well as gravity. And I'm just going in there, taking small sections and making sure that I saturate that color really, really well. Now, if I was going in with our Clairol liquid color with say a 20 volume, I would do this same motion, but I would keep it off of the roots. I would do it more like a virgin application because we know that Clairol liquid color is what? A permanent color. So if we put it on those roots, it's going to immediately start lifting. So we want to be mindful of that when we're applying that color. But because this is beautiful collection, that means what? It's deposit only. So we don't have to worry about it lifting or creating hot roots. So we can just get this color in as quickly as possible. Now, you could just put this on the highlights if you just wanted to tone those highlights with an extra pop of color. Or you could put it on all of the hair and it's going to make it kind of all blend together. So it's not a right or wrong. It's just a matter of preference. It might be a matter of how much product you have. You know, it just depends on each situation. But for me, I'm going in on the highlighted hair as well as the other hair too. Just trying to just avoid those roots a little bit so I can still create kind of like a shadow root effect. So yeah, that's what we're doing. You want to make sure you go in here and saturate so all of your highlights, because if not, it'll look really spotty. And then you'll be like, that color doesn't work, but really it was just bad application, you know? So we want to make sure that we take our time and go in, and you can actually see this color, it's going to start depositing as soon as it hits. You know, sometimes with permanent color, you had to wait for it to oxidize to really see, like, is it moving, is it not? With this, it's like a marker or paint. As soon as you put it on there, it's beginning to die. So if you see spots, make sure that you go and get those, because if you see them right now, you're definitely going to see them in the finished look. All right, so I do that side, turn around. You see how her curls are still popping, guys? So she's been through a lightening process as well as her second process of now toning, and her curls are still looking amazing. Okay, a lot of that has to do with the products that we use, the technique that we used, and most importantly, the application. All right, guys, so I'm going to finish applying this beautiful collection all throughout the head. I'm going to let this process, and when I get back, you will be able to see the finished look. So stay tuned. All right, guys, so we're back with the final look, and look how beautiful she is. You see that shine? We were able to go in with our Pintura and really refresh this color, ash it out really nicely. Got rid of a lot of that brass, and now she's just a beautiful salon-friendly, wearable look. What do you guys think? Give me a hand clap. Give me a hand clap in the comment box if you love it. All right. So just to recap, we used our Pintura technique to come in here, refresh and blend her old highlights with the new. And then we went in with our beautiful collection, ash brown, just to give it a nice glaze so she would have that nice shine and finish. I took her to the shampoo bowl and we used our shimmer lights. We used the shampoo and the conditioner. And why I love shimmer lights, because it's going to be your blonde's best friend, right? What it's going to do is go in there, even on the same day, it's going to knock out all the unwanted brass and make your blondes really pop. I make sure that all my clients use this at home in between for their maintenance so that they can keep their blondes looking like they just left the salon. All right. So this is our final look. Again, she looks amazing. I went in and I just simply diffused her hair, and then I went in and I wanded. Another great product to use is the Shimmer Lights Thermal Spray. So I would do is just kind of diffuse this, take all the moisture out, then spray with my Shimmer Lights Thermal and go in with my wand and just grab sections of curls. Simple, easy, but beautiful as you can see. Now, let me show you guys, again, one of our other finished models. Same technique, a little bit more fashionable, fun color. This is a little bit warm. This is a little bit cool. So just to show you the variety and how you can take the same technique and really jazz it up or make it a lot more salon wearable, salon friendly. All right. Yay. If you guys like her, give her a little flame emoji. She's hot. All right. So if you guys have enjoyed, please make sure you follow us on Instagram at Clairol_Pro, or you can follow me personally at Color King, KOLORKING. I hope you guys have enjoyed our presentation. Look forward to seeing you next time.